Jai Shri Ram, my dear friends. I'm Krupashankar here, and this is my Gita collection. 2 days back, I had posted one, but this is an improved one. I've added a few embellishments here and there. Now, this is one of my old collages, like I told you, and I expect every Hindu to be like this, physically powerful. Remember, Krishna and Balarama were Malla Yuddha Visharadhas. So, not only a feeble body will enfeeble a mind. So first you need to have a strong body, right? That's why Vivekananda once said, you will be closer to heaven if you play football rather than studying Gita. Well, that doesn't mean that he's running down the Gita. He is emphasizing the physical part of your personality. You should be really strong. Now I'll give you an overview. Now you see, these are all my Gita collection books. I'll first give you an overview. I've added many DTs here. Let's now take an overview. First, we must pay our respects to Ganesh ji, because he was the stenographer who took down the dictation given by Veda Vyasa. And these conch shells are also there. Quickly, I'll give you the summary of my favorite commentaries. This is by Swami Ram Sukdas, Sadhaka Sanjeevani, Hindi. So I study this when I have to give talks to Hindi audiences. This is Bhagavad Gita home study course. Swami Dayananda Saraswati. This is 9 volumes. This is again a very useful one. It gives you a very detailed interpretation. This is a book called Gita Sangraha. There are about 25 Gitas. In fact, more are there, but Gita Press has published different types of Gitas that are there. My favorite, I will quickly show you. Well, this is Yogananda. God talks to Arjuna. This is Royal Science of God Realization, Paramhamsa Yogananda. This is Varadaraja Perumal actually. If you go to Kanchi, you can see Varadaraja Perumal and Devi. Now, and this is one of my artwork. I try to represent, in the 15th chapter, ऊर्ध्वमूल मदशाकम अश्वत्थम प्राहुर अव्ययम छंदांसी यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित्. Krishna says the whole world is an inverted tree with the roots going up to him, to the heaven. So he is the source. The world is an inverted tree. This metaphor is there in many religions anyway. So 15th chapter, ऊर्ध्वमूल मदशाकम अश्वत्थम प्राहुर अव्ययम छंदांसी यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित्. Actually, Ashwatha is the people tree. Ashwatha in Sanskrit means something that will change, it will not be the same tomorrow. So the world is constantly changing. Nothing is permanent in this world. That much if you know, you have attained some spiritual knowledge. So these are, again, Ganeshji is there. Darshana, that is ISKCON's, a book with the pictures of all the deities in more than 200 of their temples worldwide. Then you have Tattva Vivechani by Jayadayal Goyandka, right behind Ramanujacharya. This is Chidananda, Chidbhavananda, Ramakrishna Mat. Prabha Duneja, the legacy of yoga and Bhagavad Gita, that's very good. And this is Swami Prabhupada of ISKCON, Bhagavad Gita as it is. That is Guruvayurappa, Sri Krishna. This is Ram Sukdas. This is Sadhaka Sanjeevani. Earlier I showed you the Hindi version. This is the English version running into 2 volumes. Okay. Now that is Hanumanji. Hanumanji was also one of the recipients of Gita. Along with Arjuna, Hanumanji was also listening to the Gita. Kapidvaja. So that is Dhenunam Asmi Kamadhuk, Krishna says. So Krishna is Kamadhuk. He is the wish fulfilling desire. This is Krishna from Mannargudi, Rajagopalan. Mannargudi Rajagopalan. That is Kathakali Krishna. That is Arjuna. That is the attitude you must have. This is again Mannargudi Rajagopalan. Mannargudi Rajagopalan. So Naina Lepis, she also wrote a very wonderful commentary. Now this is Annie Besant, very good. And Shivananda, one of my favorites again is Swami Mukundananda. Shivananda is also one of my favorites. Ramanuja on Bhagavad Gita. And Vivekananda. What did Vivekananda say on Bhagavad Gita? These are available at Ramakrishna Math. This is Chinmayananda. Swami Chinmayananda's commentary on Bhagavad Gita. And The Art of Man Making. All his lectures have been put into 2 books. And now this is Gita Makarandam. This is another book which I strongly recommend, which is very good, very interesting. This is Shankara Bhashyam. There are 4 different authors who have translated Shankara Bhashyam, that is Adi Shankaracharya's commentary. And like I also told you in the earlier one, this is actually a concordance to the principal Upanishads Bhagavad Gita. Colonel G.A. Jacob, who published this in 1891 or 1819, just take a look. So somewhere in, you see, you can see the preface, 1891, General Colonel G.A. Jacob. This is a book. If a word is used in Bhagavad Gita, where else must it have been used in the Upanishads? Because Gita is the essence of all the Upanishads. So this is a wonderful book. Okay, this is Eknath Ishwaran. Well, I don't recommend him because, of course, some good examples and analogies he has given, but he panders to all the other cults. So these are all the other authors. Jnaneshwari is another of my favorites. Bhavartha Deepika by Jnanadeva. Radha Krishna Sarvepalli. Well, okay, not because again he tries to show off his knowledge of scriptures of other religions, which are unfortunately very dogmatic and predatory. So I don't think anybody who is writing a commentary on other religions, their holy books, for example the Bible or the Quran, interpreters, they don't cite Bhagavad Gita or Hindu scriptures there. So when we are writing about Bhagavad Gita, I do not know why we should quote scriptures of other religions. Well, unless of course there are some highly noble sentiments, which unfortunately I didn't find. So let us leave it there. This is ISKCON actually, Gaudiya. They have published 3 volumes. This is very good. And Swami Vishveshwarananda. This is Acharya Prashant these days. He is doing great work. He is inspiring many young people. So even that is good. Of course, there are certain things which are a little debatable. So I'll give you one more overview. Anantacharya. So this is my personal collection. This is an improved edition. So I have put Krishna here also. And I tell people, whoever come to see this, no prajalpa, talk only about Rama, Krishna or Dharma. Prajalpa means, gossip. So people who come here are advised, let's not talk about all kinds of things. Let's talk about Krishna, Dharma, Rama and Gita. Right? So this is my collection. I didn't count, but there are about 100 books. So it takes a lot of effort to study all this. Right? Hanuman syndrome. If you don't know what is the Hanuman syndrome, you see, you can see me. Hanuman syndrome. This syndrome means a group of symptoms connected with a disease. Hanuman was cursed by the rishis that he will forget all his powers, because he was, as a child, such a brat. He was creating such a nuisance. So they cursed him. So Hanuman syndrome basically means our being unaware of our own strength. In fact, if we all begin to recognize our own strengths, we can conquer the world. Especially a Hindu, Sanatan Dharma is the only thing that can save this world. Every Hindu is capable of that, because we are all descendants of rishis. Right? So this is the wall panel. See, Ramdev Baba is also there. Even Muhammad Rafi is there. He sang so many wonderful bhajans. Shraddhananda. This is Chitrakoot Hanuman. Gulab Rao Maharaj. And then Arun Govil, who acted as Rama. Okay. Periyava. And this is the rest of the panel. And This is actually my study room. This is the front, the foyer of my study room. I call this Gita Anveshana Alayam. Okay. Now if you can see, this is the wall, the upper panel. And this is the sofa. Conch shells are always available. This is my table, and here is this memento mori, a reminder of death. There is a skull. So the message is, you never know when you're going to die. So please hurry up. Try to do whatever good you can do as quickly as possible, because nobody has any guarantee. No, you never know. Gita Rhapsodomensi, Gita cards are there. That trophy will be, if you can recite a few shlokas, then you can take a picture with the trophy. You can't take the trophy anyway. Okay. And these are all my GRE books. Okay. This is a separate thing I posted anyway. These are all my GRE collection books, which are useful for GRE students. So this is my room. That is Panchamukhi Hanuman. There in the distance also you can see Panchamukhi Hanuman and Srinathji. And on the right extreme you can see our Bharat Paramvir Chakras, 21 Paramvir Chakras. Unfortunately no lesson in school. So this is the right panel. This is again another collage that I made. And this is a chart on Bhagavad Gita, the shlokas. And even the ceiling. You see there are lots of stuff on the ceiling. That is just to revise, to help me, because unfortunately we Hindus don't have any institute where we can be taught about our scriptures. My objective is to reboot Hinduism. You can see how to reboot Hindu society. So I am making this effort. This is my personal table. I sit here, I study and do whatever little I can do to make a difference to Hindu society and uplift mankind too. Jai Shri Ram.